Well, look, it is the worst feeling in the world. It's just got to be. But to your point, Ryan, all those teammates in that locker room, I'm sure they're saying all the right things, and I'm sure they mean it. But they've seen this before, right?
Yeah, and you saw it throughout the season. He was inaccurate throughout the season. He missed field goals. He missed extra points. And now it gets to this point, and you have to be questioning the organization, the head coach. You know, why did we continue to stick with him? And I'm sure they do love him. I'm sure they think he's a great teammate, and they're going to say the right things because they want to be supported in this situation as well, this position. But you got one job, right? And unfortunately, the job for the kicker, it never matters until it does. You know what I mean? When you're sitting on the sideline and the defense is on the field and the offense is on the field and things are going, nobody's really concerned with you until it gets to this moment. But the reason you have this job is because you're supposed to be able to go out there in clutch moments, in crunch time, and make these kicks. And he didn't do his job. And because he didn't do his job, I know it's always one play can't lose a game. Yes, it can. If it comes down,
this situation, yes.
If it comes down to that play where you have to do your job, that play lost this game. And he said it's going to sting for a couple of days. There's some guys wearing that helmet that is going to sting for a couple of months. It's going to sting the whole offseason because you don't get these years back.
Hey, listen, I got one in 2005. It still stings.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Sorry I brought it up.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Sorry.
Listen,
kind of feel bad about that now.
What we do here. Hey, if you're a competitor,
Trey, you gonna make him cry.
If you're, I'm gonna get emotional like Doug did in just a minute. If you're a competitor, this hurts.
Yeah,
and listen, I have lost a game by messing up a snap that I thought was going to cost us a playoffs. It ultimately didn't. But there is not a worse feeling in the world. And to your point, I remember I came home and I talked to my wife and I said, I lost the game. And she's like, no, you didn't. I said, if Edrin would have fumbled that ball, would he have lost the game? And
100%.
she was like, yeah. And I was like, that's it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, here's the reality. Like this, it's a stone cold results-based business.
Man.
It is what it's painful, man. And it just happens to be on the greatest stage at this moment, which is, I feel for the kid, man, because he's standing up, man, but you missed it.
You asked a question earlier about belief, you know, like Nick Foles and the belief in him. You know, listen, part of it's just confidence that the team has in somebody, but also just that you have in yourself as a player. We've seen Blair Walsh. Blair Walsh was a tremendous kicker.
Absolutely.
Missed a brutal field goal.
A chippy, much shorter than that one.
Yeah, and listen, he has
never got back right.
been the same. And so,
changed him.
Listen, confidence when you are especially doing that job, when you're out there on an island and everybody's watching and they know that it can come down to one play, it's hard. It's not easy, and we've seen it ruin guys. Hopefully that doesn't happen to him, but we've seen it ruin people.
There was a kicker for the Eagles in the late 80s or early 90s. I can't remember his name, and he missed a kick like that after the game, and they were interviewing him after. He said, you know, I'm a young man, but I feel old going through this process. So we'll wait to see what happens with Cody Parkey going forward.